We got a fish, boys. We got a fish, boys. We got one. All right, guys, lunch break chronicles, episode 8. Hopefully it's a wild one. It's terrible weather right now. I caught a brook trout this morning before work. Okay, and here it is. I have not yet gutted it. Now, I didn't get it on film because I wasn't filming. There were people around and I couldn't film. But what we're actually gonna do with this is we're gonna cut this guy open and we're going to use his guts, his entrails, as bait for a catfish. Hopefully that's the goal. Whether or not that happens, I don't know. But I got this brook trout here and I figure, hey, let's see if we can make something happen. Use these entrails for bait and see if we can catch a catfish. So that is the goal. And whether or not it happens, I don't know. If it does, you'll see it. If it doesn't, this footage will never even make it to YouTube. So this is what we're dealing with, right? I actually have a hair rig set up on here. Just have a sliding weight. It's a sliding weight. Then I have a hair rig. I'm not even I'm just gonna hook this on there and chuck it out. Normally I would hair rig it, but there's no way we can hair rig this. I'm just gonna start hooking this and hopefully it stays on there when I cast it and doesn't rip off. So that is the plan. And while this rod is out, I will then cast a jig and attempt to catch a zander on my other rod. So whole sort of gamut of things going on. Bloody mess. But yeah, that's going to be our catfish bait right there. That's it. Wash my hands. I'm going to cast that out. It's been a little while since I caught a wels. So we're going to head and give this the old college try cast out. Let's turn our bite alarm on real quick. All right, that's ready. So now, hopefully, without hooking a tree or something on accident, we're gonna go and just cast that right there. Didn't go very far. That's all right. If that gets bit, we already know that that's gonna be a cat. So let's just hope that alarm starts going off at some point today. We don't have a lot of time. It's lunch break, so we will see. And now that's set up. I'll then put the bait runner feature on. And now we wait. We actually have some decent zander weather today, so I'll cast for zander on my jig rod. And hopefully I don't snag my freaking catfish rod in the process. Got tapped, guys, by something. I got tapped, boys. I don't know what it was, but just a real light tap. To check for some teeth. Maybe it was a zander. If I didn't strike it, just quick little tap. Let's see if this lure, see if it's got some teeth marks on it. Something definitely pop, pop, pop. Oh yeah, right there. You can see it right there, boys. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that was a zander. See that? See those teeth marks right there? That was a zander, got bumped. Boom. 1, 2. Man, real light though. Let's go cast it back out there, see if we can get him to commit. Hey guys, the zander don't seem to be very active. I had the one tiny bump. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually going to put out a carp rod. I'm seeing carp jump all over the place. So I'm gonna put a carp rod right out here, method feeder, and maybe we can get a carp or two while we're waiting on a catfish to bite. So that's what we'll do. All right guys, so while I've been fishing for zander unsuccessfully, I've been seeing some big carp jump. So I wonder if the carp are active. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a method feeder rod and see if I can't get me one of these big carp jumping around. So we'll pack some feed on there. There's some corn in there, some halibut pellets, some regular feed, and some maggots. Just maybe we can get one of these big old carp jumping. Because I'm seeing carp jump all over the place right now, man. I've seen at least 15 carp jump. I'm not even kidding. And I haven't even been out here that long, but I just saw a giant one jump. So we're gonna put a carp rod out while we wait. And I guess we don't have a whole lot of space for a jig rod anymore to cast because we got our 2 lines out, but that's all right. I'm gonna cast out to the right here a couple more times. The zander just don't seem to be biting, man. I had the one tiny little bump. Not a good bump at all, just boop, boop. I mean, left some teeth marks in there, but not a hard boom like a zander usually does. Something made this go. Something picked this up, guys. Something just picked it up and ran with it. I don't know what it was. It was real fast. Quick, won't run. Guys, I got a fish on the volley rod, on the catfish rod. Fish on, boys, on the catfish rod. I think it's a cat, boys. Oh, it's a big pike. What the hell? It's a big pike. Well, boys, we lost a big pike. I don't know what happened. The braid snapped. I'm not quite sure why. I don't know if it caught something on here when I was trying to bend down to grab my net. I don't know if it hit something on this tower, but that's a bummer. That was a big pike. I don't know how big, but big enough to make me lose some sleep tonight. I don't think it was over 40. I don't think it was a meter, but it was definitely good size. Sucks to lose it, that's for sure. Still got the carp rod out. God bless, I can't believe I lost that pike, dude. I don't know if the line hit something or if it's just bad braid, or I'm not quite sure what happened there. But I'm out of line here, look at this. I'm out of line. I'm not quite sure what happened. Something grabbed it and ran and then dropped it. I know that much. I heard a beep beep and then something picked it up, dropped it, and it was probably that pike. He felt something weird and spit it out. few minutes later, I saw the line go and start ticking off, and the beeper just barely went, but I saw the line running. And I picked it up, I let him run for a second, set the hook, had him, fought. He didn't really put up much of a fight till he was right here, and he was coming in, so I figured I might as well grab my net, so I was ready. And as I went to go bend down to grab my net, he jumped, and I don't know if the line caught something on this little drain or what. I really don't know what happened there that caused that braid to fail and break like that. That was a good sized pike, man. I don't know how big it was, but I caught it on the freaking that trout guts that I was going for catfish with. I thought it was a cat at first. I mean, I was hoping it was a cat. That's what I was going for. But we got a bite over here on this. Something's poking at that method feeder rod. But that's disappointing. That's real disappointing because that probably would have been my biggest pike of the year so far. I mean, it would have been my biggest pike of the year so far. I don't know how long it was, but it definitely had some size to it. And I'm hooking that big pike. I don't know, man. That's fishing. Sometimes they get away. It sucks that it's gonna have that hook in its mouth. We got a fish, boys. We got a fish, boys. We got one. I was over there. Ooh, it looks like it's a good size one too. I was over there messing with my catfish rod, trying to get it reset up after losing that big pike, getting it set back up, and this thing just started going off. Feels like it's a decent carp. Try to get him out of the trees over there. It's decent. Not a giant, but it's all right. All right, now let me grab my net without losing the fish this time. Let's see if we can try that. Oh, look at that. Look how that works. If only I'd done that with the pike. Definitely not a giant carp, but a carp nonetheless. See if we can net this thing. Oh, let's get him in there. Not a bad carp, huh? Let's get this guy unhooked. Hooks out. Not a bad carp, huh, boys? All right, guys, there's the carp. Good size one. Not a giant, but good size carp.